All right, what's up with y'all boys? So today I'm back with another video, but this video is gonna be a bit more light. It's not gonna be an intense solo story. It's not gonna be anything like that, but it's gonna be more so just a getting to know me while I work out. I had to knock out a workout and I felt like it was best that I also just shared a bit more about myself. After engaging with my subscriber Johnny for a little bit in the DMs, he was pretty much saying that he thought like I was very serious. And although I can get very serious at times, I think it's best that I show y'all the more lighthearted side of me. I'm not just some guy that's ultra serious, ultra motivated 100% of the time. So I think it's good that y'all get to know me. I'm gonna be talking about my personal interests, what I like to do, what TV shows I like, what rappers I like, you know, where I want this channel to be headed, my future ambitions with that. Well, some fun facts about me, for example, and then also I'm going to be getting into why I started working out. But first, we're going to get to some clips of me working out so y'all can go ahead and get a little intro for the little video. All right, so first order of business that I'm going to be getting into. First off, my name, Rasul. So that's my middle name, actually. I wanted to make sure that's explicitly clear. So like anytime you want to address me, most people would just address me by Issa. Issa is my first name, and my name is Issa Rasul, which basically means Jesus the messenger. I like Rasul because, you know, as my channel name, I thought like the messenger kind of sounded big. It kind of sounded, you know, it sounded hard. So that's the reason why I went with it. But either one y'all can go with me for. Honestly, most people in my normal life just call me Issa. The only person that calls me Rasul is my dad. But I mean, it can change for y'all. That's cool, whatever. That is the title on my channel. But first thing I want to talk about is, at least for this workout, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing maybe I'm going to be doing a ladder workout. So what I'm going to be doing is basically I'm going to do 12. I have to do 12 reps, then 11, then 10, then 9, and then 8, and going down all the way down pretty much, right? And I'm gonna be doing pull-ups for those sets. So I'm gonna be doing that, and then later I'm gonna be doing some dips and some push-ups. So I'm not gonna be doing too many exercises, honestly, but I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna feel this burn because, you know, doing ladders is like, it gets crazy. But I'm gonna show y'all, you know, the workout, and then I'm gonna get into some other topics in a second. Next order of business, I want to get into music. I've said this, I think, in a video before, but when it comes to music, I pretty much listen to everything but country. So I like a lot of underground rap. I like a lot of metal. I like a lot of rock music. Shoot, I'll even listen to anime or movie instrumentals if I want to. That's just the person I am. I listen to practically anything. I got my motivational playlist. I got my rap. I got everything. I could be at work, for example, listening to Playboi Carti. That's what I actually do a lot. So in terms of my favorite artist, it's probably right now is Playboi Carti. But, you know, he doesn't drop much. I know he's been dropping somewhat recently, you know. More leaks have been coming out. I've been a fan of Carti for since like senior year of high school, like actually being like a fan of his music. And then after A Whole Lotta Red, like that's kind of when I really became like really tapped into his music. But then that's when I was like, okay, I like A Whole Lotta Red. And people were talking about how that was kind of had that like punk vibe to it, right? So then that's when I started getting into rock music. Now, rock music is probably one of my favorite genres. Honestly, I find myself listening to that more than rap at the moment. Like, I'm a huge fan of Deftones, huge fan of Killswitch. Who else do I like? Thanks So Much is pretty good. Bring Me the Horizon's another good one. Like, there's just so many like metal artists I listen to, and I could probably put up on the screen right here. I'll put like a recording of some of my like playlists, what I listen to. Like, I'll tell you, bro, like I said, like I'm really big into rock music. I think it's like probably one of the best genres, especially like talent-wise. Like, I feel like to get into rock music, especially if you're like a guitarist and you're a vocalist, like, bro, you gotta be crazy talented, you know? So I'm really into that, you know? Very much so into underground rap as well. Underground rap is probably like one of the spheres I've tapped into with the most in terms of understanding the artist. And I think it's because like underground rap artists tend to have a more like concrete relationship with their fans. They're more engaging, which is why I think me and others tend to hyper focus on them. Got done with that last set. I can already tell this ladder is gonna be a bit crazy. But when it comes to underground rappers, my favorite underground rappers at the moment, Glock 40 Spaz. His music's really good. Glock 40 actually just got out like maybe a few weeks ago. He was in jail for about 2 years. And like, I really started listening to his music last year from like Brutal Honesty, Swamp, Free Sumo. Like bro, his catalog is honestly deep. And it's crazy how big his catalog was because he was in jail for so long. Like this man had, when they talk about people having music in the vault, he's the epitome of it. Like he had so much in the vault before he came in the jail because bro, like his label or whoever it is that manages him, they really funnel his career and they really like pushed him while he was locked up. It's crazy how much he blew up. But his music's always been pretty good to me. Who else did I say? I like Jace. I like Jace a lot. Jace, honestly, to me, is probably the king of the underground. He's basically like the gatekeeper of the underground, honestly. Like, Jace and how he interacts with you can make or break your career pretty much. And I feel like Jace is like artistry-wise, is just like, he's kind of levels above some of the people that are, you know, in the underground. You know, he's put all drama aside, like Jace is really that dude. Like when it comes to reverence and all his like his catalog, bro, like Jace, honestly to me, he's probably I'll probably say the best in the underground right now. I listen to more Glock 40 than him in the moment, but like they kind of are a bit split off in like the aesthetic in terms of sound as well. I would also say Summers. I like Summers' music. I used to think Summers was actually trash back in the day, but hey man, I guess Reno who done converted me. What ended up happening was I was listening to Marble Floors, Nobody Knows, and many other different songs by him. Rich and Turn's pretty good as well, and I was like, okay, this dude's actually solid.
Young nigga jumped to the post. When I met a kilo, he was 13. Kid in the dirt, hit everything. Shawty go mess the fuck up, that's on everything. Bitch, I went 50, yes, I with a felony. I'm in the script with a hooligans. They can't shoot them, then I'm doing it. Jumped out the score, I had truancy. Illusion, I'm living it like I ain't losing it. All of my bitches will argue best of shit.
All right, so for this next part, I'm gonna talk about TV shows I like, or just like any type of, you know, entertainment. So in terms of TV, my subscriber Johnny straight up said to me, he was like, when he was talking about my vlog intros, you know, I try to make them as cinematic as possible. And he straight up told me, he was like, oh, maybe you should try something anime inspired. But then he was like, oh, I don't know if you watch anime, you seem a little too serious. I'm like, bruh, that was funny to me off the fact of like, bro, that's like an assumption that's the complete opposite of me. I watch a lot of anime. So throughout my life, I've watched, you know, obviously the basic ones, you know, like Dragon Ball and then Naruto. It's like, honestly, saying you watch Dragon Ball or Naruto really isn't even mean much at this point. It's kind of like ingrained into like my generation, especially. Like I can say people around my age or like boys in general, we all grew up off of Dragon Ball Z pretty much. And Naruto, we was all trying to, you know, go Super Saiyan in the bathroom, do whatever we had to do, you know what I'm saying? But I watched that. I watched Death Note. I watched, you know, Hunter x Hunter. I watched Demon Slayer. I watched a bit of Monster. I watched The Promised Neverland, which I don't even get me started on that. I'll talk about that in a second. Some other shows that I watch, I will even watch the movies like Akira. You know, I've watched Evangelion. Like I watched so many different animes, and I even watched Boruto, bro. And before anyone even says in here, "Oh, Boruto's trash," look, man, the show is, the manga isn't. So I'm telling you, just don't, anything that happens in the show, don't even consider it. Don't even consider it, because they be boxing for real in the like, especially in Two Blue Vortex, they be boxing for real on that. So I feel like that's honestly a good like manga to pick up. So yeah, Johnny, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this anime stuff, all right? I'm not just some dude that's always too serious or whatever, right? That's not me. Now, another topic I want to get into is like my family life. So fun fact about me, I have a twin brother. And no, it's not the little crop thing when I do in my videos. No, obviously that's a clone effect. I'm saying this because one of my bosses at my job, I showed her like what I do pretty much like in my free time with the filmmaking. And she thought that like the clone effect I was doing through my videos was my twin. And I was like, no, that's just a clone effect. I have a twin brother. We're actually both about to turn 22 this month, October 16th. I'm not gonna show y'all any pictures because I may film, you know, when I go see him next time, we visit, whatever, I may film something with him and then y'all can be introduced to him. If you're expecting this or wanting to know, we are not identical. We do not look alike in my opinion. Maybe y'all think so when y'all see him in time, but no, we don't look alike. So I have a twin brother, you know, me and him, like when we together, like we become comedic duos, bro. Like I kid you not, like he's the funniest dude on earth. And once he comes around me, it brings out that like that funny part, that funny side of me as well. But we're gonna go ahead and jump straight up into this next set.
I got a jerk, I got it soft, I got these hoes on me. Shorty wanna be like me, nigga can't be like me. I got a cat, I got a cat, I got these rats on me. Nigga wanna look like me, nigga can't look like me. Grabbing me.
All right, we just got done with that last set of pull-ups. Not my actual last, but the last one I'm showing y'all for recording for time purposes. But I think it's also good that I go ahead and open up and discuss why I got into working out. So working out for me has been a thing for about maybe 3-4 years. I started like really like hustling with working out my freshman year during COVID. I didn't look nothing like how I did now. You know, I was very skinny. I think then when I first got to college, I was maybe about my same height right now, which is like, I was pretty much around what, 5'10", 5'11"-ish at that time. And then I was maybe about 130 something pounds. I was rail thin pretty much. I was really skinny. And I always like got teased growing up for like my size pretty much. So then like eventually I got to college, and then with downtime and COVID, like I kind of like sat down and I started like bulking up, and I like made like a conscious effort to start working out. But I could say I worked out for about 2 years, did it pretty much wrong, wasn't resting the right ways, wasn't, you know, well, I was obviously taking protein and doing all these other things, right? But it was really last year during the summer where I like actually like locked in on it, and I put on a lot of like muscle pretty much. So right now, like my stats are I'm 6 foot and I'm about 175 pounds. And that's like a 40 plus pound, you know, bulk, which that's like a 40 pound plus bulk. And over the span of 4 years, it's actually relatively healthy. You know, some people go in their dirty bulks and they turn into, you know, they go from looking like who, you know, maybe like a Stephen Curry type of build, and they end up looking like Shaquille O'Neal. So it's like, some people just go straight into the dirty bulk. I tried that for a little bit. I felt terrible. There's no reason why I need to be gassed walking upstairs. So I stopped doing that, and I started lean bulking. And then ever since then, it's been perfect, you know. And, you know, I'm not stopping. I'm not slowing down. Like I said, this channel won't solely be fitness, but like fitness is something that's part of me at this point. I keep it in my daily regimen. And, you know, I've always just tried to maintain a level of health. And that's pretty much why I got into it. I probably will show y'all some pictures of like a before and like a recent after. And like I put on a lot of weight, you know, and like I'm telling you, like it was probably one of the best things I could have done. Not for just the aesthetic of it, but more so just for building discipline with myself. And also, I mean, I used to play other sports like soccer. I used to play basketball, and I've currently boxed for fun. And, you know, I just love being fit. I love being active. So, you know, that's just a brief side of why I work out so much, or why y'all see workout content. You know I'm not the biggest dude ever. I'm not C-Bum. I already know I'm not C-Bum. I'm not David Lade. But hey, man, I'm 21 years old, man. Who says I can't get there one day? You get what I mean? So that's like pretty much the reason why I work out. So this is going to wrap up the talking portion pretty much of the vlog. What I'm going to talk about now is future plans of the channel. What I'm going to be doing now from now on is I've made it concrete. I'm going to be doing 1 solo stories a week approximately, and I'm going to be doing commentary videos or just random think pieces or just comedic videos, whatever. Those are gonna be the miscellaneous videos during the week. So those are gonna be a new addition. I finally got my work schedule pretty much tightened down. You know, I know pretty much what work to expect pretty much at my job. So now, forgive me if I sound winded, but now it's just gonna be a situation now where I can pretty much, you know, plan out a bit better. So now I pretty much know what I can film. So 1 solo stories a week is pretty much gonna be a thing. If y'all want other cinematic content, what I'm gonna be doing is I'm just gonna be filming at the gyms, or I'll film random shorts from time to time for like cinematic aesthetics, you know? So those will be going on my TikTok and my Instagram. Y'all should go follow both of them, you know? Follow both my Instagram, my TikTok. You can also DM me on Instagram. I'll answer your DM. I'm not Hollywood, obviously, bro. Like, there's no reason for me to be Hollywood. I'm not there yet, but also like, I'm not gonna treat y'all like some fans. Y'all my supporters, y'all my family, y'all the messengers. So what I'm saying now is I'm gonna be doing more videos about underground rap, rock, fashion, all those things are gonna be coming. So I appreciate y'all sticking around. And for the last little bit of this vlog, y'all just gonna be getting a few more clips of me just doing some dips and me just working out. But it's starting to get a little late out here, so I gotta wrap this video up. And I know y'all heard me yap enough. I appreciate y'all. And another solo stories is on the way. Like, share, subscribe, and peace.